Oof. Alright, hello everyone. As you've probably noticed, I actually posted a video yesterday, or whenever, based on when this video actually gets posted. I'll be perfectly honest, the last several weeks I've been doing nothing but playing Silksong, because I'm a huge Hollow Knight enjoyer, and being able to 100% a game I'd been waiting for so long was kind of my main focus the second it came out. However, after I finished it, I had a mental thought in my mind of just the fact that I absolutely love to have a completionist mindset when it comes to video games. I didn't used to be that way, but as I've gotten a little older, I've gotten much more passionate about seeing everything that a game has to offer. Within reason, you know, huge collectathons aren't really my thing. Like, you would never catch me finding every single Korok seed in the new Zeldas, for example. However, I would do every single shrine and as many quests as possible. The point is, knowing this about myself, I've started to wonder why on earth I am perfectly willing to do this when it comes to video games, but when it comes to my own passion projects and animations and storytelling, I am notoriously awful about finishing projects. I don't understand why the completionist mindset doesn't carry through to the art. I don't know if it is a matter of perspective or mindset or whatever it is. So, with this thought in my mind, I told myself that I thought it was silly and ridiculous and I should apply this to a video right now. So, after I finished Silksong and every boss and such in it, yes, that's a flex. Yes, I could gush about the game for hours, but that's not why I'm here. After I finished the game, I told myself I have to finish a video. So I looked around, I pulled the animation meme 2 out of my folder. It had been there for like 4 months. It only needed like 9 easy frames left toward the end and some editing. And so there was absolutely no reason why I shouldn't just finish it. So I did. I think all of this is to say that I have a very bizarre situation with my mind when it comes to my own art, and I'm sure many other people deal with this. It's not just me. But like the fact is, if I simply buckle down, I can do all these things just in the same way that I complete a game, but you know, why is it so different? Ultimately, I guess it's because the act of playing a game, even a really frustrating game, is still more fun than doing the hard, gritty work of sketching, lining, coloring, editing, planning, posting, and all the goddamn shebang of making a video. But, you know, like, I want it to be fun. And it's not to say it isn't. Like, there's actually a lot of things about making a video that is fun, but there's also a lot about it that is not fun. Still, I've been really busy over the last couple years for both, you know, justified reasons and overall just silly mental exhaustion reasons. I have been hopping between a few jobs, juggling some rocky friendships, and I also got into a romantic relationship. I started dating a guy in November of 2023, and we have been doing really well. I'm still gonna retain some privacy toward the matter for the time being, but at some point I might share more about that. Still, I have I have finally left the tundra that was Minnesota. I'm sure I was pretty public about the fact I was in Minnesota. I had a video that talked about it, I'm pretty sure. But I have since moved over to the East Coast. So not only have I just been trying to juggle everything else in my life, but I've also completely uprooted myself and left a lot of the things behind in Minnesota. So it's been a whole experience, adjusting and adapting within this experience. A lot of things have been really overwhelming, and I think I think video games and shows are easier escapisms than my own artwork a majority of the time. Uh, Yet still, I am constantly thinking about these stories and getting inspired by music and other people's works. Like, I want to create very badly, but actually doing it has been this like vicious cycle. Um, and I do want to talk a bit more about the things that I currently want to do, but first I would just like to cover the matter of my work within the Warrior Cats fandom. Uh, if you are subscribed to me solely because you enjoy my work within that, I just want to let you know that you are likely not going to see any more Warriors content for the foreseeable future. The older that I've gotten, I'm 28. I'm pretty old. I'm nearing 30. Um, the more I've started to realize that I am outgrowing the community itself. I still really enjoy the books and the creations, like, within the fandom, very much so. But actually interacting with and participating in the fandom, it's like a double-edged sword. You know, you can get a lot of exposure and you can make a lot of connections, but in my personal opinion, a very large portion of the fandom is incredibly immature, and it consists of so much high school level drama that I just do not have any place for in my life anymore. That is not a shout out to any particular people or groups, for the record, like within the fandom. And the simple fact is that the books are more for teenagers, they've always been so. But it does still kind of hurt a little to say all this, because I'm among the older generation that started out in the fandom in the late 2000s. I grew up with those books and the other people my age who read them, but it's hard to feel welcome or like there's a place for me still after we get to a certain age. Like, the younger generation is very different now in both good ways and bad. And as much as I wish I didn't have to, I think I need to take a step back from it. Besides, I have my own things that I would like to work on, and the more I was doing solely Warriors content, the more I felt like I was neglecting my own wishes with my work. So this is just how it's going to be moving forward. I might decide to do something on the side one day, like my own animatic or PMV or whatever. Like, I have a lot of ideas that I just don't have any drive to do anymore because of all the things that I said. But regardless, with any of that, don't expect any of that anytime soon. Anyway though, anyone else who has been following me a while probably knows that I have a few different OC stories that I write with my friend, and I am the one who actually does the art for them. Endless Universe, for example, has always been its own thing, though, that I'm doing on my own, kinda. That's just based off of everything. I have a lot of love for it, and I have a lot of plans for it. I know how I want it to end. I know how I want a lot of it to go, but the challenge I've had for a long time has been to figure out how exactly I want to publish it and whether or not it is even ready to be made physical. And by physical, I mean like into a comic or a novel or something in between, I've tried 2 times to make a webcomic, but both times I kept reaching a point where I wasn't entirely sure how to proceed. Like the beginning is easy. The ending, I have all the ending thought out for the most part. I have a lot of the middle, but there's a lot of gaps where I'm drawing a blank on what to do, right? Um, since then, I've actually buckled down and figured out a lot more of those gaps, although there are still plenty of gaps in the story that I'm still trying to figure out. Not only that, but so much canon information has changed. Like from like so many old videos are just not canon anymore to the story, and so I'm constantly trying to figure out if I should like unlist uncanon videos or just leave them up. Like I would never private them because I know like some people really like the stuff that I made, but I don't know. Like maybe I should enlist some of them. It's hard to it's hard to gauge what's the right thing to do there. Um, I have so many video ideas for the story, and you know the same thing goes for my other story with lightning, chains. And I also have a lot of ideas for other stories, including one that this character design that you can see me drawing here spurs from. My OC isn't a character in that story, but I decided that I wanted her to be able to shapeshift, I think. And so I was drawing this to experiment what she would look like in that specific species style. But anyway, to get back on track. I think the overall point I'm trying to make here is that I think I'm definitely in a vicious cycle of wanting to create things and not knowing where to begin or what to focus on. I have so many unfinished projects that I should just simply do, but then I second guess myself and wonder if I should be doing something else instead. I think like I want to be successful, right? To not to a huge degree, but enough that I could start to make this into a job, you know, just something that sustains, you know, living. But because of that, I don't know what the right move forward. I don't know what the right path forward is to best ensure that. I've been paralyzed. Right. Honestly, though, I know that the answer is just simply to keep creating, you know, keep posting, keep doing things, because the longer that I don't do anything, the more I am harming my chances and my prospects, right? Unfortunately, I have ADHD. I've had it my whole life. I'm diagnosed. I have anxiety. I second guess everything that I do. So really, it's easier said than done. But I know that I have to work through it. It won't get better if I don't work. I won't build a solid viewership if I don't work. I won't be able to do all the things I want to do if I keep this cycle going. So I'm gonna try to get better about it. I'm gonna try to post more, even if it's just like dumb little things more frequently. I'm going to try. I don't know if it'll go well. I hope that y'all who actually really like everything I do and followed it closely, I hope you guys haven't been too disappointed. You know, I want to do better. I don't think I can give up my attachment to gaming and such. I don't think anybody should ever expect that. Nor do I think anybody would. But I do think I can try to juggle my attention better and to try to apply my completionist mindset toward my work a little bit better. But who knows how that'll go. Anyway, I appreciate everyone who's stayed around during my hiatuses and everyone who's supported what I do and said so many nice things over the years. It always makes me smile to see a nice comment. You guys are great. But I think that's all I have to say about all this. I'm willing to answer questions if anybody has any questions. within reason. I don't like to delve too deep into private matters, but I can answer most questions, I'm sure. Uh, but if not, whatever. Yeah, I'm. I hope you like the picture. I hope you enjoyed my weird little monologue. But I will hopefully see you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.